Hey there everyone, and welcome to Bill's Retro Gaming Show. On today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the latest release from AtGames, the Natural History Pinball Pack 2. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, thank you so much for checking out this video. And if this happens to be your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscription button. Click the notification bell if you want to be notified every time I put up a new video. Give this one a thumbs up and leave a comment below if you want to be part of the conversation. So as I said in the beginning, today we're going to be taking a look at the Natural History Pinball Pack 2 from AtGames. This is their latest pinball pack release, and it is available for both the 4K pinball machine and the HD. That's right, the HD pinball is finally getting some love from AtGames with the release of a brand new pinball pack and 4 brand new tables to play. Now, the 4K version does retail for $35, whereas the HD version retails for $25. However, National Owners Day is going on, and if you're a 4K owner, you will be able to get it at the same price as the HD, $25, during the National Owners Day sale. Now, obviously, like I said, I'm going to be playing this on my HD pinball. If you own a 4K pinball, it's going to play basically the same. Obviously, on the 4K, it's going to look a little better. It's going to possibly sound a little bit better if you've got that SSF kit installed, but I think you'll get a pretty good idea of how it looks, how it plays, based on what I show you today. And of course, for those of you who are HD pinball owners who have been waiting for your chance to have something new to play, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get started and let's take a look at the tables. So the Natural History Pinball Pack 2 will come with 4 brand new tables for you to check out, themed after Africa, Egypt, Deep Ocean, and Polar Expedition. It is, of course, a follow-up to the original Natural History Pinball Pack and is also made by Magic Pixel. Now, before I get into some gameplay and showing off the 4 tables to you, I do want to give a thank you and a huge shout out to AtGames, who sent this pinball pack to me early, gave me a chance to check it out before they released, and put this review video together for you guys. So I just wanted to make that known that yes, I did get an opportunity to check this pack out early. Now let's get into some gameplay and check out the 4 tables. All right, so the first table we're going to look at is the one themed after Africa. You can see how the table layout is. You've got a bunch of different ramps going up. You've got a play area, an upper play area here. You've got this little mechanism here that as you hit it, it spins around and then you can lock it from multi-ball. I've gotten that to happen a couple of times. I'm still not proficient at these tables. Not that I'm proficient at a lot of pinball tables anyway. I'm not that great at them, but I do enjoy playing them. I've only had a chance to really play these tables a couple of times since I've had it, since I'm putting this video together. But I am enjoying them. I think they're a lot of fun. I'll try to point out some stuff as I play and go through some stuff. You can see the back glass up here. Now, obviously on the 4K, the DMD, is down in here and the whole back glass is available. There's actually some lighting that goes on up in the sky. As you play, you can kind of see the lighting in the sky, hopefully there. I don't know how well it's coming across on the video, but let's get into some gameplay and check it out. So you've got the double flippers here, you've got the double flippers here, and then of course, like I said, when you get into the upper play field, you've got the flippers there. And you see I hit that little mechanism there. As that spins around, it's going to let me lock in for a multi-ball.
1 million.
To ramp up there. So, well, I got the ball save on, luckily. It's never easy to play and talk at the same time when you're going through these. Well, hopefully I can get to a point where I can hit the multi-ball and show that off to you, at the very least. Lots of different sounds and, music in these tables. I really like the, how it's the sounds and everything go along with the themes of each one. Oh, there we go. Oh, and boom, I got the multi-ball right away.
Let's get special mode.
Come on. Oh, there we go. Come on. I can never keep track of everything with the multi-balls. But you can see that's one of the things about the Africa table is it's actually pretty easy to get a multi-ball fairly early in play. Now, as far as any of the other little secrets and different things that go on, I know there's a lot, but I haven't figured a lot of them out just yet. But overall, it's a lot of fun. Now, one of the other things that I want to point out that I really like about this is the lighting on the table, how parts of the table go dark and parts go light. I think it's almost like it's cycling through a night-day cycle as you play, but it's really cool, and the ball casts this really great shadow as it hits around in the light. This table and I think it's the Polar Expedition one do that really, really well, and I'll point that out when I get to that one too. But overall, this table is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying it. And there you go. I think that's enough of a look at Africa. Let's move on to the next table. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at Deep Ocean. This is another fun table. There's a lot going on in this table that I like. One of the really interesting things here, and hopefully I can show it off as I play, is this area right up in here. When you launch the ball, sometimes it'll come down this ramp over here, but most of the time it'll come up and into here. And if you keep hitting this flipper just right, you can keep it up in this area for a good long time. Like I said, I'm not even all that great. And sometimes I can do it. Sometimes it hits wrong and it comes down and so on and so forth. Now, if you get into this area here, the submarine will grab your ball and bring it up into the upper playfield here. And that's where this comes into play. I don't know if I've actually figured out how to get into the lower playfield on this yet. I think it's when you get into here, but I don't remember if I've had a chance to do it yet. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on in this that hopefully you'll get a chance to see as I play. So let me dive in. No pun intended. All right, maybe a little pun intended. Deep Ocean, dive in. Let's go. All right, so yeah, see, so I've got it up in this upper playfield here with this flipper, and like I said, if I time it just right, I can keep it up here for a while and get some good bumper bonuses. I think I'm going to let it go fall down so you can see the rest of the table. There we go. Okay, so no, that's right. So that just pops back. That's not what gets you into the lower playfield. Hoping I can get it into, now I'm back up there again. Hoping I can get it into where that submarine is so I can show you the upper playfield. And of course there's some of these little fishies blocking some of the ramps. You got to get them out of the way first before you can get up the ramps. I wanted to get it into that where that submarine is. That may not happen. We'll see. Like I said, I can keep it up here for a while, but I'm going to let it fall down so it keeps playing the other areas. Oh, wait, there we go. I got it into the lower playfield. That's where it was. I don't think I've done that before. Ah, and there it came out.
Hit flashing top rollovers.
All right, there we go. Finally, I started up a second game, and I've been waiting for it to hit that submarine so I could show that off to you. Watch me lose it right away. But see, then it goes up into the upper playfield here, and this is where you can play up here for a little while. So I did just want to show that off, even though I lost it rather quickly. I did want to show that off to you. So I think I'm going to kind of leave it here for Deep Ocean. But again, the music in the background I think is pretty cool. But mostly, the sound effects, the kind of ocean bubbles and sound effects that go on, I think really make this table a lot of fun. I can just imagine what it must sound like on a 4K with the SSF kit. But there you go. That's a look at Deep Ocean. All right, next up, we're going to take a look at the Egypt table. I love the back glass on this. I like the way it looks. I love the colors, however the colors flash on it. I know it's probably hard to tell in the video that I'm taking, but just trust me, it looks really cool. Now, I have to say that at first, when I first started playing this one, this was probably my least favorite of the tables, but I've kind of grown to like it a lot. And one of the reasons I didn't like it that much at first is because this area here is very open. All this activity that you see, this is all in the, what they call the basement. You've got to get down into here. There's a little area here where if you can get it in there, it will plunge you down into the basement where you can play down in here. But otherwise, this is all a very open area. You've got the ramps here coming around and all, but there isn't a lot of activity to do right in the center of the table. So I didn't like it at first, but I kind of grew to like it. So let's check it out. I'll show you some gameplay on this one. All right, here we go. So yeah, you can see how open this playfield is. There's just nothing to do until you get up into the upper part here, or kind of smash the ball against the sides. And hopefully I'll show you what I mean by that. There you go. You hit the sides there, it kind of shatters a little bit, and the table shakes, which is a cool feature. Now we'll see if I can get into that lower playfield. I've only done it a couple of times, so I don't know if it'll happen, but if I can, then I'll show you what I'm talking about. Again, not paying attention. You get the little characters here that move when you hit the bumpers on the side. Oh, that was close. Lost it again. And it's not an easy table because, like I said, there just isn't a lot to do. Until you can get it down into the lower area here, it feels like there's not as much to do. But it's still a lot of fun. And there's a whole lot of shaking going on with this table too when you hit things.
It's flashing red. It's flashing drop targets on the basement level.
All right, there we go. So I got it into the lower, to the lower playfield, the basement down here now. Let's see how long I can keep it down here. But there's a lot more to do once you hit down here, I feel, and it makes it a lot more fun. It's just so hard to get it in there, and then to try to keep it in there is what you want to do. So, but this is where you really rack up the scores by getting it down into the like I said, what they call the basement area, which is the lower playfield. And then it comes out and pops back, and you're back in the regular game. But that's where you really rack up the scores doing that. I'll tell you one thing I'm not a huge fan of with these natural history pinball packs is this stuff here with like the mist and the different things that tends to obscure the tables. The only one that really does it to excess, I think, is the Polar Expedition one, which we'll get to next. The rest of them don't do it so much, but it's something I'm not a huge fan of. Beyond that, though, it's a lot of fun. Like I said, this one with its open play field, until you can get it down into this area, like I just showed you, there isn't as much activity, I feel like, on this one, but it's still a lot of fun. And there you go, that's Egypt. And this is the last table that we're going to look at in the new Natural History Pinball Pack 2. This is Polar Expedition. This one, again, a lot going on this table. You can see there's actually two upper play areas here. And this piece in the center here, as your ball goes into the different holes, it'll drop down into one of the two upper play fields. So it's actually pretty easy to get it up into there and rack up some points up in there. Beyond that, you've got the ramps and some other things going on in here. This is another cool one that hopefully as I'm playing, you can kind of check out the lighting that goes on. Again, it seems to cycle kind of a night and day cycle, or where other areas of the table get dark as other areas lighten up. And when the ball is rolling around under certain lighting conditions, it casts a shadow that looks just really, really cool. Again, I can imagine what it must look like in 4K. But let's check it out and let's play some. Again, very simple table with just the two flippers, whoops, with just the two flippers down here and then the flippers for the upper play field. Now this is what I'm talking about. All right, so there we go. We got into the upper play field. But one of the things I'm talking about, if you look in that left-hand side there where that kind of icy mist is, I am not a big fan of that. I know some of the other natural history tables did that. I don't like how it obscures your view on the table. Now maybe that's the point, just to give it a little extra challenge, but I'm not a big fan of that at all. This is the one that seems to do that the most. The other tables don't really do that in this. It's the one thing that keeps this from probably being my favorite table. Yeah, see, if it didn't have this nonsense here, I would love it even more. Now we're going to get into the other upper play field. I'll tell you, it's easy to get into the upper parts of the table, harder to keep it there on this one. And I don't know if you can really tell, keep an eye on the ball as it rolls around the bottom here, how the lighting hits it and how it casts a shadow. I think that is one of the coolest things. And I'm going to lose it. That may be it for me. All right, so playing a little more on here. Again, like I said, easy to get into that upper play field. Because those flippers are so far apart, it's a lot harder to keep it going up there. So it makes it a challenge to keep it up there. But if you can, I've never seen that before where the ball actually kind of got stuck behind that little paddle. And like I was saying before when I lost it, see, there we go. When the lighting is on here, as the ball rolls around, it casts this shadow that looks so cool. Yeah, you can kind of see it as it's rolling around there. Again, I don't know how well it's coming across for where I have the camera, but it's one of my favorite things on this table is just how cool that looks, how cool the lighting is on this table. Beyond that, it's a lot of fun. It's a fun table to play. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of when that mist gets in the way of everything, but other than that, it's a lot of fun. And I think that is going to do it. I think that is enough of a look at Polar Expedition. And there you go. That's a look at the Natural History Pinball Pack 2 for your AtGames pinball machine. Again, whether you have the 4K, whether you have the HD, this is something that is now available to you. I highly recommend checking it out. I think the tables are a lot of fun. Probably Deep Ocean is my favorite, maybe with Polar Expedition being a close second. Again, the lighting effects on that and just the way the table is laid out, I really like it a lot. Africa and Egypt are also really good. Egypt's probably my least favorite, again, just because of that open playfield on it right in the middle. You really can't get into it unless you can get the ball down into the lower playfield, the basement. But once you do, then the game really kicks in and it becomes a lot of fun. But honestly, I don't think any of them are bad. I think they're all great tables. I've been having a lot of fun with them. Again, thank you so much to AtGames for giving me an opportunity to check these tables out early and to bring this information to you guys. I hope you found it informative. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead, leave me a thumbs up, leave me some comments below on your thoughts on the Natural History Pinball Pack 2. What did you think of it after watching my video, or have you already picked it up and tried it out for yourself? Of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do that as well. That's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care, and I will see you on the next one. Happy gaming.